Our second contestant will be Michael Njogu Wahome. His speech title is, "It is nothing personal, you shall overcome." It is nothing personal, you shall overcome, by Wahome Njogu Michael. Michael?
Rejection is painful, and it can easily crush your human spirit. But if taken positively, it can be a strong motivator. How do you handle your rejection? How do you handle rejection? Contest chair and friends, I'm like Jack Ma with rejection. The only difference is that he's a billionaire. I'm not for now. I learned how to handle rejection from my mother, a nursery school teacher, retired right now. I remember going to my primary school choir mistress for music auditions. She examined me for a moment. "Boy, can you sing? Go ahead, pick the mic." I started. "Amazing grace." "Stop. You can't sing. Try other things." I was in my teenage years. My voice was breaking. I was devastated. I ran home to my mother, crying. "Mom, is something wrong with me?" She looked at me straight in the eye and held me firmly. "Son, it's nothing personal. You shall overcome." She was absolutely right. I shifted my focus to poetry and later to speaking. And today, the voice that caused my rejection is my greatest strength. Rejection is not final. It's not. My second rejection was by my high school crush. It was blunt, cold, and final. She was in many ways the opposite of who I was. But what separated us the most was that she was bright, I was dumb. But I kept studies away from her conversations. She was beautiful. The boys used to call her Juliet. Guess who Romeo was? Severally, I would fantasize of having her for keeps. To me, Juliet was my sunrise and my sunset. Juliet used to write very creative love compliments. She once wrote, "Your cute smile melts my heart like an ice cream." The rest of the week, I spent rehearsing all manner of smiles on the mirror. Hey, to get it just right. As our class prefect, Juliet was also my firewall. Any boys that dared challenge me, they would find their names in her list of noisemakers. How dare they mess around with her Romeo? I was a high school celebrity for 3 very sweet months before a class teacher announced my last position on the closing day. Then Juliet dropped me like a plague. Stung by her rejection, I focused my attention on books. And today I hold the highest level of academic excellence, the highest trophy, PhD. Rejection is not a death sentence. It's not a death sentence. Fast forward 2 years After college, I interviewed for a human relations job with an insurance company. The interview was great. I was all but assured of getting the job. I was excited, only to get a rejection email shortly thereafter. After 1 year, I received a call from the human resource manager of that company. Hello, Wahome, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Are you still interested in the job? In the course of our conversation, I asked him why they had rejected me initially. Then he said, well, it finally came down to you and another guy. And then we thought that you are not charming enough for that job. So we gave him the job. But later on, he turned to be a fake. So we fired him. We have now decided to give you a fresh chance. Are you going to take the job? No, I rejected the job. I had already moved on and gotten a teaching job. Let me tell you something. Rejects have their moment too. Your time is coming. My friends, we live in a very negative world. And to survive rejection, we must develop a thick skin. The problem is not rejection. It's our attitude towards it. We take it too personally that it crushes our spirit. My mother's wisdom, it's nothing personal. You shall overcome, has seen me through many storms. The next time you face, your door is slammed shut on your face, as many will be, move on to the next door with a smile. Rejection can also be a great motivator if handled positively. Great captains of industry like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, and Jack Ma all attribute their success to earlier rejection. Have you been rejected? Don't commit suicide. Don't even fret. It's nothing personal. You shall overcome. You shall overcome. You shall overcome. Toastmasters.